everybody, welcome back to the HUBient channel. My name is Nikki and I'm so glad that you clicked on this video today. I think you can tell by now that I really enjoy playing video games, and as the new year has started, I've been feeling a little bit nostalgic because I still can't seem to wrap my head around the fact that it's 2022. And thankfully, by the grace of the universe, in time with my nostalgia, the Epic Game Store they were giving away the Tomb Raider games for free. So I have the trilogy, Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and I think Rise of the Tomb Raider. I got them all for free. Game of the Year edition, Definitive edition, 20th Anniversary edition, so I felt very lucky. I wanted to play the same game, but see how my perspective has changed, my perspective has changed as an adult and how I understand certain topics as an adult. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. But before we start diving into this, before I start diving into my notes, I want to know in the comments down below if you have played Tomb Raider. Let me know which of the trilogy is your favorite. I am a sucker for the first one, but let me know in the comments down below. And while you're down there, I hope you don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe to the HUBient channel, and ring that bell so you are notified every time we upload a brand new video. So I'm going to start with a very basic base level information about the game and the way that I played it. So like I said, I got Game of the Year edition, so I got a bunch of stuff. The graphics are not bad. I mean, when I played it when I was younger, I thought it was incredible. And here we are, nearly 10 years later, and it's actually still pretty decent. It holds up pretty well. I mean, it's not as good as I thought it was, but for its time, it was really good. And until now, it's still kind of pretty. I just think that the cutscenes the transitions are a little, like, although there are certain cutscenes where the transition is so smooth, I don't realize that I'm supposed to be playing already. But some cutscenes are like, oh, well, it's a cutscene now. And cutscenes are particularly long, especially towards the end. It's a little tiny bit gory, but it's not really surprising to me because it is a video game. I've seen worse. But I forgot how certain segments of the game is quite gory, especially when Lara, you know, when you're doing like a quick time event and, you know, you don't press something, or, you know, it's not pretty. the way that Lara dies is just, oh. And the game in general is relatively short. According to, I don't know how long it took me to finish it because I wasn't paying attention. And I always thought, like, wow, Lara Croft is badass. She's just so cool. And even the movie with Angelina Jolie, oh my goodness. Lara Croft in general is just, wow. I want to be her. She's awesome. She's badass. She's so strong. She's so cool. But as a kid, that was it. That was all I knew. She was just badass. She was cool. She was strong. And I think the reason why I loved the 2013 game a lot is because it was kind of like her origin story. And actually, one of the most clear moments for me that I knew I was getting older was when I played the game the first time. I was just as terrified as Lara in the beginning. I was like, no, I don't want to do that, that's too scary. I still kind of am, but That was me as a young teenager, but now as an adult, I was kind of like, come on Lara, let's do this. Get up. I mean, I know it's very different if I were to actually be in her shoes, but just generally the kind of motivation I had to accomplish things, I wasn't as scared. And this was especially prominent or clear to me at the start of the game because Lara keeps whining. Like, sis. I did not feel like that the first time I played it, but this time I was like, oh my gosh, just stop whining and do it. And again, that's how I know I've gotten older, because I did really enjoy kind of seeing her arc throughout the game. How, again, she starts whining so much. And then towards the end, she's like, I have to do this. I have to see it through. And that kind of also gave me the motivation to continue playing, because honestly, the character that you play as is so important to me. The energy that they radiate affects my gameplay. So I was gonna stop playing after like the first few moments, because it wasn't fun, but it gradually gets cooler, more badass. She gets stronger and more determined to see things through, and that was something I really, really, really enjoyed as an adult, is knowing that, you know, it's tough, but we're gonna have to see things through, and you're gonna make it. You're gonna struggle, but you're gonna make it. There was this one part where Lara Croft and Rock are talking about sacrifice versus loss. I actually used to think that was the same thing. I used to think that losing someone is automatically a sacrifice, but the game taught me it's not. Oftentimes, loss is forced upon you. It's something that you have no choice but to deal with. It's a burden you have to carry. Another really important thing that I relearned as I play the game is that there's always going to be a bad guy. Obviously not like in the literal sense of the game or the bad guy is terrible, but the idea that there's always going to be something like that comes to harm you, and it's always going to be your choice whether you're going to sit back and let it happen or do something about it. When you're playing a video game, it's especially prominent because you make the decisions in the video game as compared to like in a movie or in a show where there's a script and the actors are going through it. In video games, of course, there's a certain path generally that your character is going to go down, but the fact that you're actually actively doing it yourself, kind of, that was definitely something I relearned as I was playing the game. It was reminding myself that, you know, Lara could have just very easily been like, alright, peace. You do you, I'm do me. Lastly, and I think most importantly for me, like I said, was this game taught me that no one is born a badass. but in a I guess literal real life sense, no one is born strong. You have to go through the bad stuff. And this was especially important for me to hear at the start of a year because the past 2 years have been really crazy. Hasn't been great, let's be honest. And I always used to look at other people and be like, wow, how are they handling things so well? Why can't I be like that? Why am I not as strong as other people? But looking back, I am so much stronger than I was in 2019. Which is, again, something that I kind of reflected on as I was playing the game is, wow, you really have to go through it, or you're just gonna stay the same. In order to grow, evolve, you have to step out of your comfort zone. A really good example would be when Lara first kills someone. Not that you should kill someone, but it's the first time she's ever killed anyone. And something just kind of clicks in her where it's like, what I did was awful. This is not something I wanted to do. It's not in my comfort zone. I don't do this. This is not who I am. But I need to do it in order to survive, to grow. So honestly, I would recommend that you play Tomb Raider 2013 because it really, one, it's a fun game. It's quite fun. I had a lot of fun playing it, and I actually had a hard time stepping away from it because I wanted to finish it immediately, but that was something early teenager Nikki could have done. I can't do that anymore. I need to stop and I need to walk around the house because playing video games for like hours is not good for me anymore. But I do really recommend the game. It is quite fun, and there are some very basic but important lessons about life, the people you love and sacrifice and all that. But I would really love to know if you have any video games that you would recommend to me, something that helped you learn a really important life lesson, or just a fun game. I do like fun games. Let us know in the comments down below, and while you are down there, I hope you don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe to the HUBient channel, and ring that bell so you are notified every time we upload a brand new video. Again, my name is Nikki, and I'm so glad that I met you here today. Until the next video, bye!